Sorry, my usual afternoon slash early evening sleep that I got was a bit disrupted because I went to go see Joker, which was great. I would highly recommend people go see Joker. So many people are tripping out, like, oh my gosh, this movie could inspire violence, or like, you know, the incel community or something like that. It's like, it's not even really that bad by today's standards. Like an R movie, like any run-of-the-mill, you know, horror movie type of thing, or R-rated movie. I mean, even something like Deadpool, you know, has way more violence in this movie. I mean, there is definitely some violence in the film for sure, but like, I was thinking there was gonna be like, not too much spoilery, but I was thinking there's gonna be more like, you know, people getting triggered and going on like mass shooting, like mass indiscriminate, you know, full-on shootings. But I don't think it was that way. Like a lot of the once again, without getting too spoilery, I think, you know, Arthur is mentally unstable. That's pretty clear from the trailers, but like his crimes are largely crimes of passion. Like he sometimes does them dispassionately, but they're targeted. They're like, somebody has wronged him or something like that, which is very different in many ways from a lot of these indiscriminate, you know, like mass shootings that we see, where someone just comes in and just like for no reason goes up and shoots up a bunch of people. Like, it doesn't send any kind of message like that, I don't think. And that's not how it even plays out with, like, you know, the main character in the film. I didn't look this up. This could be really bad if my team doesn't know what's going on. I really don't like that Kaisa's taking teleport into a Draven lane, so she doesn't have heal. Seems really bad to me. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I don't think TP's fine into Draven at all. I think you need heal. I mean, yeah, like, he might still kill you in some circumstances, but he's definitely going to kill you if you don't have heal. And that also leads me to believe that... Hey, what's up, Armando? That also leads me to believe that this person's probably going to go tier.
I tried being good.
I probably should have dodged this. I just wasn't paying enough attention. It's some kind of high protein shake from Carnation. I don't know. It was on sale and my wife got some at the store. She was like, hey, it's something that's healthy that you can kind of... relatively healthy that you can drink really quickly. Nah. I would still take heal. I mean, yeah, like, Ignite is good against heal, like, you're right about that, but heal heals both people. And it gives you movement speed, which is relevant. I think if you're the ADC, like...
I do what I want. No.
Now, if he wanted to coordinate something where I take heal, and he takes barrier, maybe. But you gotta have a heal. It's just too strong not to have a heal. Oh, okay, my bad, my bad. Sorry, I forgot the first game is. Yeah, anyways, I didn't see what all people were freaking out about. It's like, yeah, there's some violence that's kind of shocking at times, but I didn't think it was worse than anything else that you might see. I didn't think it was anything that was going to potentially trigger a mass shooter more than anything else that's common in our country. This points out that poor people are not treated well. I mean, is that a revolutionary idea? Like, shh, don't let them know. Like, what? I don't know. Some of the critiques of this film are just really dumb. Oh my God, it's letting poor people know that people don't treat them well. It's like, God, have you listened to Bernie Sanders? Or like Elizabeth Warren? Like, all of these, you know, just anybody that critiques like American culture these days. Like, that's one of the most common critiques. I mean, really, he's not even a part of that. He's honestly like, once again, don't want to be like super spoiler or anything, but he's honestly not even really like directly responsible. Yeah, there's a lot of like mob violence at points in the movie, but he's honestly not even like that. Like, he's not telling people, hey, go out and murder everybody. You know, like, he's not even doing that. Like, I just don't see how people could see that, like.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness.
Yeah, I know he's there. Can't really do much about it. Who died? Six is fed. And I might be kicking it off with a loss tonight, boys and girls. We'll see. Anyways, I think it's a great movie. I think everyone should go see it. I wanted more of it. I mean, it was really good. I wish it had gone on a bit longer, but it was already like 2 hours long. And I don't know what they could cut or condense, so hopefully they do like a sequel or something. That'd be great. Fight him ever. Oh, they done goofed. Guess they were low, and I got a good W knock up there. Really surprised we're able to beat him though. Draven got a cash in though.
Safe is for nerds. I do danger.
An enemy has been slain.
How does it compare to the Dark Knight? You mean Joker specifically, or that entire film?
Stars are just sad,
Joker was only part of that film.
bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly in a cycle.
I think the Joker in the film's better than Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, I think Heath Ledger's Joker is great and everything, but this is like next level, like kind of stuff. Just from like the opening, like 5 or 10 minutes or something, you automatically, you're like, damn, okay, just give him the Academy Award for like the first 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, warning to the wise too, when you go see this movie, show up basically on time and be ready to go, because at least at my theater, there were pretty much no previews. Like, it started, there was a preview for Joker. At the start of Joker, that was it. There was the trailer for Joker. I don't know if that's only like my theater or if that's like at all theaters it does that. But that was kind of shocking because usually there's at least like 10 minutes of previews. But this started like on time. And I was at this theater that's like one of these kind of new age theaters. I mean, we're probably gonna get massacred in this game. I just wanted the coin. I do have Ignite. He's ahead of us in items, even though she got a double kill. I know, I want him to.
Living the dream.
Yeah, show up on time. And the theater I was at, this kind of new age theater, you can like order drinks and meals and stuff like that in a theater, and like those little fuckers were going around like at the start of the film still asking people stuff. I'm like, dude, get out of here. Like, you're telling people to like shut off their phone service, and we've got these like people running around like trying to deliver pizzas and stuff like 10 minutes into the movie. Like, this happened twice. There was a guy that like went down and asked every single person in aisle, "Did you order a Coke? Did you order a Coke? Did you order a Coke?" Then the second person, "Did you get a milkshake? Did you get a milkshake? Did you get a milkshake?" To everybody, like walking in front of everybody asking. I'm like, what is this?
Enemy double kill.
Like, I could see maybe during like, you know, whatever, an action flick that's like happy-go-lucky or whatever. It's like, but this is
How do the Star Guardians see anything?
I mean, this is a, you know, like a real serious film, and you have to pay attention to details in this film because things are not always as they appear. Like, I kind of want to go watch it again. Watch some theories about it and things like that, because, you know, anytime you have a mentally unstable person, a lot of times, who's the protagonist, you're gonna have some unreliable narration, and I think there's, like, I spotted, I think, quite a lot of it, but there might be even more than I thought there was. But yeah, I was just like,
Shut down.
y'all serious? I mean, I don't mind people taking, like, orders and getting drinks and eating and stuff like that, like, during the previews or whatever, but like, during the main film, it's like, maybe the people who usually do the deliveries and stuff didn't understand there weren't going to be any previews either. I mean, honestly, they probably don't give a crap because, you know, they just got to make that money. They want those tips, so I feel them on that, but no, they don't allow you to bring in food. It's like a restaurant and a bar that's also a theater. I mean, I kind of had a feeling Kha'Zix was going to be there because of how Thresh was positioning. I should have just run away. Yeah, this game's over. I should have dodged. They just have so much threat. Like, pretty much everyone on their team can carry, and we don't really have anyone that can, like, reliably hard carry. And the fact... I thought about dodging just for the fact alone that Kaisa took teleport. It's such a red flag at this elo bracket, especially against Draven, because you know she's gonna go
Let's
tier.
destroy everything they hold dear, and then laugh in their faces.
It's like, even though we had a double kill, he's still higher in items. Like, we're up 14 CS, and she had a double kill, and he's probably gonna come back with a Bloodthirster before she even gets mana immune. Now, part of that's because he's Draven, and he gets,
Most good guys are just killers.
you know, he gets bonus gold for his kills and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, it's a double whammy. Like, you need the heal, but then it's also, like, tipping his hat that he's gonna, like, 100% go for tier. I know that most people go for tier, but this is like, you can't even pretend to imagine that he might go for Stormraiser instead. Yeah, 100% I recommend Joker. It's a great drama. Like, it's great. I mean, it's really not, it's not a superhero movie at all. Like, it just calls itself by a superhero name, Joker, but it's not really that at all. I mean, it's basically, people call it a character study. It's kind of like a descent into madness of a guy who, in many ways, sort of is like a pretty decent guy, or he wants to be, the whole film, and through a combination of you know, stuff that he has a hard time controlling, both in his environment and with his mental illness, and just people treating him very poorly, he's eventually snaps. We at 15 yet? Yeah.
Why, thank you. Kill evil. You can wear it like a sweet.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, but like, you need heal against Draven no matter what. Because if he knows you don't have heal, he's definitely gonna bully you out. Like, I kind of get what you're saying. It's like, it's a lost cause.
Is woven from the whispers of stone.
Sort of, but like, I mean, we made plays. We could kill him. Now, I don't think heal was magically gonna win us this game for sure. But and it's not even like all Kaisa's fault. I mean, we just have so many bad things going on. Like, it's just one thing that's really easy for me to identify, and it should have tipped my hand at, like, it should have been a dodge. Because it's like, Darius into Draven's kind of a coin flip. Problem is, a lot of Riven players are one tricks. So Riven is usually fairly dangerous. But that one's kind of a coin flip.
Darkness is the new hotness.
And then Kha'Zix, I think, is probably the strongest jungler right now. I think he is. For solo queue, I think Kha'Zix is the strongest jungler right now. He's extremely scary.
But it is less complicated.
At least get into spider form. What the fuck is going on? Why was she not in spider form? What did I miss?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Did she do all of her spider form abilities and then pop back out or something and I didn't see it? Like, you're supposed to use all of your human abilities first and then go into spider form. use all of your spider form abilities, and then just, like, if you're full health and full mana, attack. Because your spiders, like, do a pretty good chunk of damage. Soak up skill shots, like, they do things.
I only believe in myself.
But
And so.
anyway, so it's a combination of things. It's just like, we just don't have a matchup where it's like, yeah, I feel really good about that matchup. Pretty much, like, we don't have a single matchup that I like in lane. And they just have a lot of power and a lot of consistency. Like, Malzahar's not like an ultra hard carry typically, but he's just really good glue to put together with things like Kha'Zix, Raven, and Riven, because he's got really nice point-click CCs, got the silence, still has decent damage, good lane pressure so that the mid laner can't roam. So that our mid laner can't roam. And then Veigar, it just takes forever to come online. Sorry, Carlos. I know people love Veigar on the channel, but he's a role player. I mean, it's weird to call him a role player because he can do so much damage, but he really needs like a good supporting cast to help him out. I can't even like try to make plays on most people too if Thresh is around because Thresh is just gonna lantern him out because we don't have enough damage to kill him when I engage on him. And Elise is like alright, but like, it's not that all of our champions are just terrible, it's just, they're just, like, kind of B-listers, you know? Like, Darius can be very good. If Darius gets ahead, it's just, their team, it just looks a lot more likely that they're gonna win. They just have much scarier things. Like, it's either neutral to winning lane in every lane, and they all scale pretty well, and they have good utility. I mean, I should have dodged it. Unless, I didn't look at the games played, but unless people are experts on their champs, like everybody's an expert, which I'm not seeing that happen. I should have dodged it. I was just having too much fun talking about Joker. I'm gonna wait on this until 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, she has died 9 times. The Elise. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not trying to blame individual people or whatever. I'm just explaining to you guys why I should have dodged it. Because we had a very low probability of winning this in the first place. Because I don't think there's anything I can do in this game. And, you know, a lot of times, like, I could play better to some degree, but I don't think that I would be able to carry this. Nice. She didn't get to use her GA. I guess that's positive. But that's one thing you can always do is like consider dodging. So even if it's like, yeah, there's not really like that much more I could have done to have won the game, you know, if there's a lot of like clear information that it was going to be a very difficult game, then you probably should have dodged it. I think that's one part of the equation a lot of content creators don't talk about, so that's why I'm talking about it. Hope people don't find that to be super negative. I don't think most people do, it's just an interesting quote from somebody yesterday, I don't remember who offhand. but somebody said that they told their friend. They told their friend to check me out, their duo, their support duo. He called me the, said I was the Hishinishin of supports. And I'm like, I mean, here's the thing, Hishinishin is, he is analytical sometimes, you know, and he does make good points, but he's overwhelmingly known for, like, being very negative and, like, really whiny about everything. That's what I think. Maybe that's not accurate, but I think that's at least the meme about Hishinishin. When someone says Hishinishin, you're thinking, okay, it's going to be a rant, basically. If you're watching something Hishinishin. And I don't really, I hope people don't perceive me that way most of the time. I mean, you could see that, Lev? How could you see that? I mean, sometimes, yeah, like maybe 5% of the time. I think everybody's Hishinishin 5% of the time. That's what makes him relatable. But I don't think that's me most of the time. Oh, you're saying what I was saying, where he's kind of analytical? I don't know. I mean, maybe people do see me that way. I've had people in the past say, oh my god, TSP's like so, you know, he's so negative and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't see it, but I don't know. I mean, he has a very clear brand and style, I think, if you watch his stuff. Some people are into it, some people aren't. I mean, I like to think of myself as balanced most of the time. Now, yes, if I'm on like an 8-game loss streak or it's a really tough loss or something, you know, sure, I get a little flustered. But I think that happens to me, I would like to think, less than most streamers. I know there's always going to be some streamers out there that are just like stone cold, like even, you know, or positive all the time. Like they never have a bad day. But I think that's very, very rare. And I think I'm pretty fair about stuff. Like, I admit a lot of mistakes that I see personally. I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone into that. I always try to circle back to something I could do. Now, I don't catch every mistake that I do, but the ones that I do see, you know, I'm at least looking for my own mistakes and trying to point them out if I make them. But, you know, of course, I point out other mistakes, too, because it's just kind of an analytical stream. But I think I do so in a fairly fair and measured way most of the time. Sometimes, you know, I call somebody a clown or something, but, you know, usually I'm pretty quick to say, like, something along the lines of, you know, I'm not saying that person's always a bad player, I'm just saying they shouldn't be playing that champion, or that, like, you know, they're having a bad game or something like that. I think a lot of the time I say things like that. And I'm, you know, I'm one of the people that jumps in and always says, hey, it's at least always relative, right? That's what I tell people when sometimes when people are like, oh, this is a, you know, this is a silver game or something like that. I'm like, sort of. But, you know, I think one of my famous things that I say that a lot of other people don't say is, yes, but if you still put, like, the worst platinum player in a silver game, they're going to be an all-star. Right, so I'm even kind of sticking up sometimes for some of these people that are feeding or doing terrible by saying, yes, they're not doing very well. Maybe, you know, if this happens in a lot of games, they don't belong in Plat right now. Maybe, you know, they got duoed up there or boosted or whatever. But, you know, they would still be good in lower brackets. So I always try to qualify and put conditions on everything.
Your worst decisions will haunt
As much as possible. Now, once again, that's what I aim for. Does that always happen? No. You know, sometimes I am just kind of irritated by things, but... anyways. But maybe, I mean, maybe the person just saw a really nice Hashinishin video that was analytical and he wasn't freaking out. And they're like, oh yeah, that's like the TSP. They banned Zyra also. You really want to see me play in high elo? Man, I'm not good enough right now. I'm not. Like, I mean, it'd be fun. I would love to do that too, to play against other streamers and things. That'd be fun. I mean, I'm going to work on it and try, but it's tough, dude. I mean, I'm 36, you know, like, my reflexes just aren't going to be as fast a lot of times as some of those young guns. So, like, my reflexes and decision making just may not be as fast. And you know, when you're starting to play at that high of a level, when you're starting to play against, you know, challengers and things like that, like a 1/10 of a second too slow on a flash or on a decision you're supposed to make, you know, can be the difference between winning or not. So, I mean, it's not just an age thing, but it's certainly a thing. And the fact that I talk a lot, I mean, I think I can get back into Diamond for sure, but I don't know. Maybe if I really, like, sort some stuff out, maybe I could get up in the higher Diamond. But I'm definitely working uphill. Also, it's not, you know, I do stream, I guess maybe about as much as some of those other guys, but I don't play much off stream. I don't know. I agree with you. I think it would be really fun to play against, you know, people where a lot of people know their name and things like that. I feel like the double tenacity is a little overkill in a lot of circumstances. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, Hashinishin, it's not like, he's not wrong about a lot of stuff. Like, I haven't watched a ton of his stuff, but some of his theory crafting about, like, top laners and metas and, like, problems, you know, he makes some good points. It's just sometimes he's a bit extreme and he's very, like, very biased in what he wants Jax to be the best champion possible in, like, every meta. Like, if it's not Jax or whatever, one of his, like, pet champions that he loves, it's not a good meta. So
30 seconds until union spawn.
gosh. That's annoying. Well, I mean, he makes some interesting points, but, you know. Yeah, I mean, I disagree. I think that balance is pretty good right now for the most part. There are some outliers, you know. But I think they're aware of those outliers, and they're trying to fix most of them. Like, Kiana's still on the strong side. I think Kha'Zix is on the strong side. But I think that at least when we're talking entire classes of champions, that it's starting to get back into normalcy. Like, there are some tanks that are actually becoming pretty good right now. Like, Mundo is very, very good right now. Things like Zac are, like, okay. Malphite, obviously very popular, although that's mostly, like, the AP Malphite. miss?
An enemy has been
Maybe I just
slain.
miscounted the minions. Hey, what's up, Jesus? Actually, I don't know a lot about that Pokemon game. It'll be alright. I was excited about Joker. It was a great film. I wanted more, but, you know, I don't know what they would cut. Like I said, it was already like 2 hours. I mean, I wouldn't mind sitting through another hour of it, but it was kind of a risky film to begin with, so I don't, you know, they had a low budget. I think it was only like $50 million or something.
An ally has been slain.
Would say a good message from Joker is be nice to people.
An ally has been slain.
Which is possible. That does come into play with one character. It's not too spoilery. That was in a really intense situation and could have died, but someone thought he had been very nice and so decided not to murder him. What's the film about? Okay, so, you know, ostensibly Joker is like a Batman character, but it's really not like a comic book film. It's pretty much just about a poor guy who lives in a really crappy, like, version of New York. Pretty much, like, set in, like, I think the 80s, 70s. And, you know, he works as like a kind of like a party clown, or just like a, I don't know what you'd call it, like just a clown booking thing, like hold signs like for sales and things like that. Does like performances at children's hospitals and things like that. So kind of works as a clown. He's like in his 30s or 40s probably, lives with his mom. He's got a lot of mental problems, and just him getting sort of like, it's kind of screwed over, and he tries to be nice, he tries to be a good person, but everyone just kind of screws him over a lot of times, and then, you know, a bunch of bad things happen to him, and eventually he kind of descends into madness, but it's kind of like a rational type of madness. It's weird. It's almost like a vengeance kind of movie, I would say, like a revenge sort of movie. But I thought it walked the line very well between not like valorizing the violence, like no one wants to be Arthur Fleck by the time you know, finish watching the movie, but at the same time you can at least relate to I think most people can relate to parts of Arthur Fleck. Like you feel bad for him throughout a lot of it. And even when he's like super depraved, you know, he still has parts of his humanity. Like he's never like full on like 100% villain. You still at least understand him and his motivations. You're like, yeah, I probably would have chosen a different course of actions there, but I can understand why he feels that way. Hamill's the best Joker? I don't know, man. I mean, voice acting is a different thing, I think, from live acting. Yeah, Birds of Prey looks pretty terrible. But yeah, I think it's a really good movie. I mean, people have been talking about, you know, could win Oscars and things like that. I think it's definitely in consideration. It's the best movie I've seen in a long time. I think it was better than Avengers. The second one, from what I'm remembering. The first one was pretty good. I didn't like the second one as much. I thought the time travel premise was pretty lame. I thought they were going to go in a more original direction with it, but they're going to go into like the Soul universe or something and they're going to go into the Soul Stone with like Adam Warlock or whatever and take it that way. They decided to go with the old cliche. So, I think it's the best movie I've seen in a long time. Vane like typing out a novel to me. It's like, dude, we can't go on. I'm like, we just heard the dragon. Like, oh, well, it's on the bottom side of the map. Hey, what's up, Aqua? What do you mean by still P3? I'm out. You saying as a longtime viewer, you just roll up and check my rank and you're like, nah, he's not D4 again yet. I'm out of here. That would be disappointing. I'll be honest with you. That'd be a little disappointing, Aqua. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but... Oh. Probably just trolling me, maybe. We're all dead. Who do I think's gonna get the Victorious skin? I don't know. Probably not Aatrox. I guess we'll just go with that.
Do you hear them calling?
I really don't know. I'd have to think. Irelia, maybe? I don't know what their criteria really are for those skins. If it's like something that's been like sort of emblematic of the whole season. But like there's never been a season where Elise has been like completely dominant. There are like times where she's good, but I just remember there's like a Victorious Elise skin. I'm not really sure. Do they pick that? It's not based on worlds, right? Is it based on like what does well at worlds? I don't think so. I mean, it's probably got to be something kind of popular that they think is going to do like okay at worlds. He just dead.
turret has been destroyed.
I mean, I don't know. I just be speculating. Like Kiana, Akali, Irelia, probably something like that.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Vayne's getting a couple of kills. 6 to 15 again. Skarner probably won't get it. Is there a Victoria? I mean, I guess maybe Riven or Fiora. Skarner's just not the type of champ they're gonna give that to, probably. Like, they want to...
Your turret has been destroyed.
I don't know. I don't know for sure. It's not clear, like, the criteria that they use, but a lot of stuff they like to give skins to are things that are really high skill cap that have a high, like, a fairly high play rate.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
At least kind of the modern day skins. That's not always true, but maybe that's just what I'm remembering. Yeah, I don't know why Lux has so many random skins. I think that, I mean, she's a season 1 champ. And she does have a high, like, popularity typically. Camille. Yeah, I mean, it could be Camille, but Camille hasn't really been around all season. Not since last Worlds. Yeah, I could see Ezreal getting it. I don't think he's had a 60% win rate though, right? I don't even think in Pro it's been that high. Maybe it was in Pro at some point. I don't think it is right now, but... Victorious Rammus. I mean, I've got Victorious Janna from Season 2, but I mean, that was a long time ago. Wait, Bilgewater Zeal? What? You're our only hope. Okay, it was 60%. Alright. I mean, he was definitely picked a lot. I don't think they'll give it to Rakan. Rakan's gonna get a world skin. I think maybe they try to give it to someone maybe that doesn't have the potential to get a world skin. Did they choose before Worlds is over what the Victorious skin is? I think they choose it beforehand, right? So it's probably got to be something that is like memorable for the season, but is not actually going to be probably on a winning team. I guess the winning team could pick something else, but I don't think it'll be Rakan. It makes sense if I didn't think he was already going to be a potential candidate. I mean, maybe they could do Xayah Rakan. Victoria Xayah Rakan. It would get 2 skins out of it. Bane, sweetheart, you need to complete an item. Like, Zeal costs about the same as Recurve Bow. So why would you buy Zeal? Zeal's a little bit more, even. So why would you buy Zeal when you already have Bilgewater? Like, what's the thought process there? Like, get the recurve so you can finish Blade of the Run King. I mean, you get a little bit more movement, I guess. Like, you get crit strike, but... I mean, you don't have any other crit, so does that really matter that much? I don't know. I don't understand the Zeal purchase. And it's put us really far behind because we have Blade right now. I mean, once again, we're going to lose this game. I'm just trying to find something, like, productive to say about it. Other than, wow, we got rolled in every lane and obliterated. Yeah, I think that's right. I think you're right, Zippy. So, my money would be on one of the sort of 1v5 fighter champs. Like your Rivens. Riven, Fiora. Fiora wasn't really that relevant for most of the season, though. If I had to guess, is there a championship Riven? There might already be one. Now that I think about it, there probably is one already. I mean, are they on Baron or something? I don't even think we can contest it. Could be Jax. Is there a championship Jax? Who are the championship skins? I know Jarvan was season 1. Then Janna. No, wait, Janna, those are the reward skins. The championship is different from the end of season reward skins, right? Yeah, but the championship skin is just something that you buy, right? Like, it's not a reward skin, and it's not based on... I don't know what the point of championship skin is. And it's just like a champion that they think is important. Probably should watch this. Most of these games are just kind of a waste of time. I mean, we had fun talking about skins and joking and stuff. These games haven't even been remotely close. Cool, Chester. Yeah, me too. I was talking about it earlier. I think it's solid. I don't understand the unfounded, like, far left criticism of it. They were, like, talking to, some people from, like, a mass shooting or something that was in, like, a movie theater in 2012, and, like, a screening of The Dark Knight Rises or whatever, and those people are, like, calling on, like, the directors of the movie to, like, disavow guns, like, publicly, and to, like, donate money to, like, victims, like, survivor victims and things like that of gun shootings. I'm like, why are y'all making demands on this studio? Like, it's not even, there's not even, like, the same kind of mass shooting. I don't know. It's like people are just freaking so entitled and so ridiculous. Like, what makes you think you can make a demand of a movie theater, like, or like of a company like that? Because they have violence in a film. Like, you don't have a copyright on violence. If you're offended, don't go watch it. Like, there's not even, spoiler alert, there's not a mass shooting in a theater in the film. And even if there was, like, and it's not the same, like, shooting. I mean, I really don't think it's any different than, like, once again, without getting too spoilery in there, it's like, yeah, there's, like, disgruntled poor people in the film that start causing riots and doing stuff. It's like, there's a lot of that, like, people saying to do that right now, you know, on all sides of the aisle. Maybe not to, like, the same kinds of degree, but there is definitely, like, poor people are getting screwed over, street justice on both sides of the political aisle. Like, that's not a new concept. Well, it is a work of fiction, but I'm saying that, like, even, like, it's not even close to, I don't think, sending a decisive message that people should go do this. Like, it doesn't look glorious, it doesn't look glamorous. The character is sympathetic at times. You can say, yeah, I can see why he would do that, but it like, I don't think many people would say, wow, if I go do that, like, my life's gonna improve. You know, that type of thing. Okay, I need to actually freaking look at this for once. So, I don't know. I don't understand the uproar. I thought there was at least going to be, you know, some events in there that might possibly be ambiguous towards that. I don't think there's any ambiguity. I don't think it in any ways tries to glorify the violence that's going on in there, or, like, promote or condone mass violence. Definitely a drama. There's not much action in there. I would say, like, it's drama, but it's more a movie about, like, psychological descent into madness and vengeance. Why does Rakan look evil? This is his evil skin. It just got released a little bit ago. He was like Dark, was it Dark Star Guardian, something like that? Well, that animated series, I haven't watched it, but this is like a 2-hour film. Like, the animated series, I assume, probably had 10, 20 hours at least to try to develop stuff and contextualize it. This really doesn't have any sort of contextualization or connection with Joker or Joker lore. Like, it's like, you could very easily just call this movie Arthur, like the name of the main character, and it would be fine. Like, it really has nothing to do, or very, very little to do with Joker, other than just coincidentally he happens to be named Joker. It happens to be in a city named Gotham. He happens to run into, you know, a couple of family names that you might know, but there aren't other, like, superheroes in it.
Life is way more complicated rules.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Well, I know, but they just called it Star Guard. I don't remember what they called it. It was like Star Guardian. There were 3 of them that were corrupt. It was like Zaya, Rakan, and they had been, like,
I dance to the
kind of mind controlled or something by Zoe. I don't know for sure. And then Ari saves him. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the animated series is probably all. I mean, I'm sure it's probably good, but
perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair.
they are good guys. They were. I don't know the whole story behind it. You'd have to ask someone else that knows the lore way better than me. But from what the video that I saw, it looked like Zoe somehow corrupted them, and then Ari comes and saves the day.
Self-control is for I do fun.
But yeah, there are like kind of evil Star Guardian, Zaya, Rakan, and Zoe.
Most good guys hate themselves.
It's kind of older. It's a I think it's a Batman animated series. I don't think it's all about Joker. Joker's just a character that shows up in it sometimes. That's how most Joker depictions are, if not all of them. Like, I don't think there's been many, like, standalone, like, Joker is the main protagonist. Protagonist doesn't always mean hero. It just means the person who is, like, the focus.
World's gonna burn. Amazing vibe.
Really?
I'm just
Guardian triggered off a Scorch? That's obnoxious. I would love to be able to fight in lane. It'd be awesome. Every game we've had, like, either Vayne or a tier user. So we're just kind of stuck in spectator mode. Like, I'm trying to trade, I just can't. Like, we're getting a little bit in there.
First blood.
Dance
Maybe I could go back and try a more aggressive build of it.
Boring. Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor, Hotness.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't change anything. A lot of people still take Spell Thieves on Recon. It's just meta changed to where if you have an Ezreal or a Tyr Kaisa or a Vayne on your team, you're probably going to lose lane and you're not going to get your wards on time.
I am so far past your
And
death. I am in the
that's just it. Like, I think that's the big thing that changed. If you have something like a you know, a Draven on your team or a Jhin, and you can actually do something with that damage, then it still feels all right. But you gotta go sequel though. You gotta go franchise.
An ally has been slain.
Life
An
sucks,
enemy has been slain.
but it is less complicated.
Ally has been slain.
Stars Flash. I guess I shouldn't have wave cleared that with the W.
Darkness is the new hotness.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I love evil.
Shut down.
Used to be a square. I embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
Can I just want to play like just one game where I actually get to play. Like, it'd be really cool just to have one person on my team that's like not chain feeding. I guess Aatrox is alright if we can make it to Aatrox later.
Has been slain. Shut down.
Alright, can we get this?
An enemy has been slain.
Living the dream.
Nope, could have had a dragon instead. We get to chase. It's like the third game in a row. Like, what were the last two games? The last game was like, I don't know, 4-20. The game before that was probably like 4-30.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
But that was a good sequence for us right there, for sure. Hated to take that kill from Graves, but I've learned the hard way so many times that, like, you just gotta go for all the kills. Like, not just to get them, like, as support, but what if Fizz's jump just came up, or what if the Zen just came out of that tri-bush to turn it around? Like, every time I try to hand off a kill, it ends up in tragedy. You definitely, it's not like you can't win as support. Like, I've literally been diamond like twice this season as support, you know? So it's not like it can't happen. Zona's obviously gonna hold. I mean, so it's not like you can't get there as support. I just gotta play better. I mean, it's just frustrating. It's just a bunch of games in a row where it feels like you're not, like, making massive mistakes that are costing the game. And you're just kind of losing, like, death by 1,000, paper cuts. You have to just play perfectly every game to carry the other people that are making the massive mistakes.
I do what I want. Stark would say the same.
Yeah, I mean, support is those things, but you also need to, like, trade properly and hit skill shots and, do things that other roles have to do also, except for CS. Like, the only real difference is you don't CS and you have, but you have the ability to control vision, like, that's it.
Turret plating will soon fall. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, I mean, I could do well on other roles too, but I like playing support. It's fairly unique. There aren't a lot of other content creators that do it. There are more than there used to be, but... Oh my god, he knocked me out of my W. Wow. With his ult. When I try to knock him up. It's unfortunate. Zenfield's like really strong right now.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Way more fun.
Your
Give 'em
team
the
has
rules.
destroyed a turret.
Stars are just sad, lonely light bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly in a cycle they can't control.
Went from silver to D3 jump by switching to jungle. I mean, yeah, it's possible. Oh my god, he's got Negatron Cloak? Okay. I guess I should have looked at items first. What is that Rise build? I know he's probably building Banshees. It's not even beta. It's like Zeta. Definitely very far away from alpha.
Self-control is for strong.
They have Windrake. I can't run him down. Where's their ward? Yeah, I knew they had a ward around here somewhere. Oh my god, for real?
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
That Ace? I know I'm Baron for another minute. Alright, some signs of life here. Hey, thanks Arturo, that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Riku. Real cold in there.
I mean, I think that like the knowledge or just at least the things that I talk about, I think are still relevant even if you're diamond or higher, at least for the most part. Hopefully the random banter at least is,
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized
interesting.
something. I don't like being alone. Oh,
But I think at least some of the stuff that I throw out there and point out about the game can give people ideas for stuff, for thinking about the meta or thinking about champions or builds or whatever. I think most of what holds me back is just discipline and focus. Us down. Okay. I think we gotta go for this. It's a little on the risky side, but Rise. Thanks, Arturo. I think there are still reasons to watch. I mean, I think most people probably don't watch me expecting, you know, challenger level, like, actual gameplay. Just kind of for the chats, for the interactivity, interactiveness of the chat. And maybe some of the guides, things like that. I don't think they're doing it. I just need to. They're shutting out vision though. They could do it very quickly with their comp. I don't have a lot of wards. Okay, they're just gonna go kill Ezreal first. And this Aatrox going off. What is this game? It's basically Aatrox getting some kills and freaking taking over. That's what it is. I haven't seen a really good Aatrox in a while. We gotta zone that Fizz out of there. Okay. Favorite support champion? Recon. I do think that Zyra can be pretty good right now. I had thought that Janna was really good, but honestly, I've just been getting crushed as Janna lately. I think that Nautilus is pretty good and Leon is pretty good. Okay, the new Aatrox ult gives him a lot of lifesteal and movement speed, and I think it still gives him bonus damage. I think. I'm not sure about the damage, but I know, like, the big thing is lots of movement speed, lots of life, or lots of healing. I think it's not just lifesteal. I think it's like spell vamp. Like all of his spells do a ton of healing. Basically, lots of speed, lots of healing. But he doesn't have the revive. And he gets resets if he gets a kill or an assist. He stays up longer. I think Soraka is actually pretty underappreciated, but I still think you have to be careful where you pick her. But I do think that if they don't have a lot of assassins, Soraka can actually be pretty strong too. You just gotta be careful where you pick her. I'd rather play Rakan than Nautilus or Leona right now, but... Oh! Pulled him out of the air. Sit down, son. Are we really gonna get stopped here? I think we really are. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I've been running Dark Harvest lately on her, yeah. I'm not sure if that's correct. Nah, I see what you're saying, Jared. I've been running Dark Harvest on her so that I could get, Coup de Grace and Presence of Mind just for, like, a ton of cooldown on your ult. But, I mean, it kind of depends on the matchup. Like, if you go Sorcery, you're going to have better poke in lane, because Comet's going to be up more often, it's going to trigger more often. And you get Scorch. And you get Absolute Focus, which gives you a decent little chunk of magic early. I'm just going to go for more funkiness. But, you know, Dark Harvest does scale better, especially if you have another aggressive laner.
Boring, Riku. Let's start a fight.
Yeah, let's just get this free dragon. There's no reason just to walk right into the base. I mean, we're strong, but like they get to heal at their fountain and stuff.
But it is less complicated.
I don't know, there aren't any towers there. I feel like we should be working another tower, but if we get a good, I thought I CC'd like 3 people there. I guess Sona, power of Sona is real. Okay, I think they're gonna get it. That is kind of interesting with the Rise ult there, but it worked. So yeah, it's a Dark Harvest, probably better if you think you're gonna be able to get them low, if you have a ADC that's gonna put up pressure so you can start getting some stacks early. You also do get some healing out of that rune tree, which is nice, with Taste of Blood, and then Ghost Poro is pretty good too. That gives about as much as Absolute Focus in kind of the early to mid game. Rise play was 300 IQ. It was pretty good. It was pretty smart. I mean, that game wasn't like that fiesta-y. It's alright. I mean, most games are just not going to be like super tight, you know, highly regimented games of League of Legends, you know what I mean? 1 and 2, what? Oh, I need to go, let me grab some real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to plug something in here. I'm not sure how it's like this. Okay, there we go. Nope. Damn it. Sorry, I thought I pressed the click button. I just realized my phone was almost dead. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I know the first couple of games are rough. If you're not like Chef, you actually want to tune in for a little bit. Even to watch a lowly P3 player right now. I appreciate you. I think we'll make another good run at Diamond before the season's over. Like I said, it's not like there's like a massive chasm of difference between, you know, like mid to high Plat and low Diamond. It's just mostly just focus. Just discipline, especially in terms of dodges and focus. Just discipline, dodges, and more focus, and I'd probably have it. It's like, literally, if I'd won something like, what am I? I'm like maybe 3 games away from promos right now. 10, 15, like 20 games or something like that. If I'd won like somewhere between like 20 to 25 more games this season, then I would be Diamond. That's all it is. Out of however many games I'm going to end up playing, like 1,500 to 2,000. So it's like I just need probably a 1%, maybe a 2% higher win rate, and I would be back in Diamond. So sometimes things that seem really inconsequential or pretty small, they add up over time. Both mistakes that you made and lost opportunities, things that you could have been doing. Yeah, I need to be listening to my own guides more, especially about dodges. Well, if this person gets Fiora, I don't know, this is gonna be tough. So it might be a dodge. Yeah, ranked stats only. It really doesn't usually matter. Most people don't play a lot of normals that play platinum ranked. Sometimes it can make a little difference, but Yeah, I can't dodge that many games though, Lev. I gotta play some games. I can't make it an entire stream of dodges. Guess we gotta do recon.
Let's dance.
Well, we don't have a lot of experience on our champs. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. I think I like the Shin into Pantheon, although Pantheon does have Ignite. Shin is definitely more relevant late game. Malzahar should at least be able to hold the lane steady. How's their team looking? Okay, they don't have a lot of experience on their champs either.
So, this mission, are we...
Are you pretending to be drunk?
Well, I don't have to remember the plan if you do.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Yeah, I could try to level up my ult when I'm excuse me, when I'm dodging a bit more, but really don't. Most days don't typically have time to play that much League off stream.
You can't tell me you weren't impressed.
With what?
Just generally. I'm amazing. Do you love me because I'm beautiful or because I'm sexy?
God, no.
Love is so cruel.
Okay, yeah, she didn't take her W, she took her Q instead.
Peekaboo.
He's probably on the bot side, right? What, Lee just went... Did Lee just triple buff him? Or no, he just spotted that his red was missing? So he may have started red and he might come down.
Thanks.
Oh wait, we did see him somewhere. Okay, yeah, he's here. Real? I didn't think she was gonna go there.
Ally has been slain.
Didn't make a ton of sense. Oh, please don't run into the vein. Just run this way. Why would you run that way? Just run this way, dude. God. Like, you flashed over. You were right here. What on earth would make you think you should go this way? Like, they're gonna be coming through the tri-bush. And Vayne's there. Like, just walk right here. Like, maybe he's thinking that the other two guys are gonna flash after him, but if that's true, like, they're probably gonna get you either way.
Did I tell you?
Yes. Certainly.
Fire out.
You notice the sky?
It's lovely.
Not as beautiful as you.
Mwah. What the hell were you thinking?
Back there?
Yes.
I wasn't. I never think. Ugh, thinking.
Oh, it's looking out for me.
I mean, a lock screen player still has a mini-map though, right? Like, in theory. I mean, Echo's top. I mean, we should be able to bully these guys out harder. I just don't trust this Zaya. Like, she started with Q, she turns around and randomly fights. Maybe if I get a good hit here. It is hard to grab the Vayne. Okay. Alright, that did work out. God, that Vayne condemn is pretty brutal, though.
I'm gonna burn this place down. Then help to build it back up. So I
Vayne has
can
gotten a
burn it
couple of really good condemns on me. I'm not sure if she flashed for that one or not. Go back and look, because I knocked up Zaya right here. Then I got condemned into this wall.
An ally
Was
has
Vayne-
been slain.
I guess Vayne was in that area.
Let's call it battle. It's just a dance.
I don't know. This Vayne's playing fairly well. I can't really engage on the Vayne unless she tumbles first.
Well,
See if I can maybe get his flash there.
Turn in, turn on, drop out.
I don't know, maybe get a fairy charm or something, I guess. Mid lane wasn't there, so there's no point in roaming mid. Don't have wards yet. Lock has no purpose. Well, it helps keep some people keep focus. I mean, League is... I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in team fights, you know? It's easy to get lost. And so having a lock screen just always... It probably helps people better focus on their character. I agree that I don't play with lock screen either, but I could see, especially if you're newer to the game, how that could be appealing. Just got my ult. Couldn't get her without taking a tower shot, I don't think. I don't even know if we had the horsepower to kill her, even if I got her. If I tagged her there. Okay, that was a good play. That was a good play.
You going somewhere?
Yesterday, less than tomorrow.
They would see my dance. Come on.
Vlad's probably like, damn it, Rakan! Why is he here flying out of a random wall? Okay, Echo's top. Can we get Dragon? One plate plus Dragon? Yeah. Let's get one plate plus Dragon.
I'll just put that. Sure, it's a good place. The world's a big place. You don't want to miss it.
Vlad.
Bring in the pain.
We're gonna have to probably give that up. Yeah, Malzar's not moving. What? I guess they have it boarded. Over the wall. Now he moves. What is wrong with this guy? It's like, dude, either come down, like, when we're actually trying to contest it, or just give it up. Like, you can't just come down really late. Nah, they're gonna get a lot of plates medal. They might even get the first tower medal. Shin has his ult. Although, I think it was probably a waste of time for Shin to ult anybody there, to be fair.
So bad.
Don't leave without me.
I need to buy, but maybe we can do something here.
I will make them dance. I will make them hear.
Go! So he wants to wait until after the recon is already been in position to make a play. He could have ulted the Vlad when I was rolling up. I mean, our Zaya is doing well, it's just everyone else is getting trashed.
What we have is greater
Rampage. Your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, there were wards on the way over there, but he still could have gotten the Vlad. I was still coming in really fast, and Vlad was within his ult range.
I'm gonna take all
I didn't
they
want to
got.
stop and try to clear those wards,
Throw it away.
because I thought I'd still have a chance. I mean, he pinged his ult, and I pinged I was on my way. Like, I don't have to be on his screen.
Handling it, dear.
Even if your Glock screen should still have a mini-map.
An ally has been slain.
I live in the moment.
It's 0 and 6. Can we kill it? I don't even know if we can kill this dude. I guess I gotta go middle.
Who can know these things?
Your turret has been destroyed.
I can't make a play on her because we didn't have a damage dealer that was close by. I don't know. I don't even know how you mess up Malzahar. Like, he's one of the easiest champs to play. That's why I recommend him so much. He's like the Sona of mid lane.
Now, not the time.
Has been destroyed.
A lot of minions.
Our kind will see the truth soon.
God, it doesn't even have a single item. Are they on Dragon? They're probably on Dragon, right? Yeah. I don't know how did I misplace where he was gonna land? I don't know why he didn't get charmed. Like, why did he still get to jump on me? Is he immune to CC like right when he lands? Because I thought I ulted and I was sitting right where he was gonna land, with the whole purpose being that he lands on me, he gets CC'd instantly, and then he can't stun the Mal's or the yeah, he can't stun the Malzahar. But clearly, that's not how that worked because he stunned me.
Can we just stay here?
So I thought he always appears at the end of that little thing.
Thanks, babe.
Why didn't it let me back with her? I thought I was there in time.
Zaya, I think we got a problem.
Think or no?
We got a problem?
Shut down.
It doesn't interrupt dashes. Like, I didn't expect it to interrupt his ult, but, like, when he lands,
Enemy
it should stun him.
rampage.
But maybe it's not at the end. Maybe it's at some other marking on the thing that... I don't know. I haven't played the Pantheon. I just know that he shows up when that thing comes down.
Double kill.
Shin, please. Okay, we got him.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Maybe I could try Nami again. I don't know. I don't know what the solution to some of this stuff is. Kind of a blend of Enchanter and more aggression early.
Your turret has been
What? She's just like walking around talking or something? What's going on here? There must be a lot of chatter going on because like nobody's movements make any sense.
Castle from the ashes. Where would that go?
Why do you never say yes?
I mean, they could just walk and go do Baron. I'm pretty sure it's like impossible to win right now. Or like maybe if we get like 2 aces in a row. Like the kill disparity doesn't look that bad, but we have no towers. And they have 3 inhibitors down. I mean, the chat's not going to be anything that's fancy or curious. It's just going to be like each teammate complaining about another teammate.
What's after this?
Another road?
I mean, I'd probably say that Lee might be equally raging at Zaya and Malzahar. Malzahar's gonna be raging at Zaya, and Zaya's raging at Malzahar. Because Zaya had the audacity to ping the Lee earlier when he screwed up,
Where are we going?
getting killed by the Vlad over the Dragon Pit, and then Lee pinged him like 5 times or something. I guess just everybody's AFK. Alright, next.
your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, I don't think Mouse is griefing, I think it's bad. I think griefing in my mind applies that you could be doing better, but you're choosing not to. I don't think he can choose to do way better. Yeah, the enemy was DC'd, maybe. It would help. I don't know. He doesn't really play Malzahar. I knew people on our team didn't play their champs. Because, I mean, why would you play a champ you know how to play in 2019? It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, to be fair, their team didn't really know what they were doing either. Well, end of season, it's getting close. I mean, the theory is a lot of people actually try at the end of the season. Like, that would be, like, the logical thing to do, is to, like, try to get your highest rank. Like, typically, the worst point, most people say, for ranked is probably in the middle of the season. Because you don't have that beginning of the season kind of rush thing going on anymore, and then it's not kind of the end of the season yet. I mean, I guess that is true. How much LP do you gain for a win? Right now, I think I won the game before that one. I was getting 19. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. The hard engaged supports are not usually my forte either, but... I mean, like, Recon... I'm usually pretty good on Recon, but, like, your, Leonas and your Nautiluses... I've done alright on them in the past, I guess, but... I think it's, like, for me, it's hard to put my finger exactly on what it is that's, like, changed since the summer. Like, a lot of the supports, I feel have fallen off quite a bit. I was kind of wanting to play Zyra. I guess I could try blind picking Nami here. Change of scenery.
What the tide will bring.
I don't know what it is. I know that, like, ADCs feel pretty weak. I don't... Like, ADCs can be good right now, but... I feel like bot lane is in one of its weakest states it's been in a long time. Maybe, because I think that, like... You think about who are the really popular bot laners that most people play right now. It's Kai'Sa with Tyr... Ezreal with Tyr, and it's Vayne. And all of those champions are awful in the laning phase. So you're so easy to bully. Now Caitlyn is one who's in theory good in the laning phase, but like not as much pressure as people of the past. Whereas like earlier in the season, I feel like there were definitely some metas where like Jhin was more powerful. Draven's always good. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Like the last time when I was when I got to Diamond, I remember part of it was I was playing Karma and Lux in that patch. I think it was patch like 8 and 9 or something before they both got nerfed really hard. And that was Sivir was the ADC that was really good there. So it was like it was someone who did scale pretty well and who could just like power push in. And just, like, kind of force lanes to go even, so it was a lot safer. I don't know. I'd have to think about it some more. But some of these games, you know... As you can see, it just feels like some stuff is just like really far out of your control too. I mean, I talked about this in like the problems with season 9 video, and I'm trying to remember because it feels like it was kind of worse early, or it was like bad early in the season too. So I don't know if this has gotten worse or not, but just in general, there's so many champs where like their snowball potential is so high, but if they fall off, then they're completely worthless. It's just like a very do or die. And when like everybody else is playing those champions, like 1v9, if they fall behind, you lose type of champs, and it makes games like extremely volatile. And it just feels like you don't have as much agency as a support, you know, because if the Akali gets 5 kills early or something like that, you know, it's if the score's like 3-23 at 20 minutes, it really doesn't matter how you did bot lane. You know what I mean? And the thing is, bot lane, that people don't play the kinds of AD carries that can do that as often early. You know, it feels like you're always seeing like the jungler or the mid laner, sometimes the top laner. Those are the people that get a lot of the kills early. Sometimes it happens with bot lane. Like I said, I don't have a lot of statistical evidence, but that's just what it feels like, is that the action is happening somewhere else. Like, if it's someone getting fed. But at the same time, bot lane is the most camped lane, so maybe that's it too, where it's like, it just feels like it's out of your hands a little bit. If it's just like 4 people camping bottom, like the best you can do is just, you know, try not to die. I feel like jungler and mid are just too important right now. Yeah, I mean, that's true too, Loot. I don't know. Like, I feel like if you play well, like, you can adjust. I mean, the thing is, the game's always symmetrical. To some extent, you know. Like, if you're getting 4-person camped bottom, it feels like every game, your jungler could be doing it to them every game too, you know. If, their support has to deal with that kind of stuff too. Or they changed IE back on, that was on 8.11. They didn't change it all the way back to 8.11. Oh, someone mentioned 8.11 as the meta breaker. Yeah, but that's kind of separate. I think OgreX is back, like, right that like ADCs have the itemization now.
Quit flopping around.
I mean, that's true, Fian. Yeah, like, because a lot of the high snowball champs are the ones that are getting played, you know, like, if the Akali gets 3 kills middle, that feels a lot more impactful than, like, your Ezreal getting 3 kills. I don't know. The possibilities are out there. Like, Draven's still really good. I think that things like Jhin can be really good, and stuff that can snowball really hard, like Twitch, are also potentially really good. People just don't play them. I don't know. I just gotta find ways to have a little bit more agency. I think I do, like, all right in most games. It's just, I don't know. I'm always kind of torn between, should I play for lane dominance, or should I play, just assume that my AD carry is gonna fail and play for, like, mid to late game. Interesting, interesting. Classic level 1 kill. Okay, cool. I should have healed myself before he got that Dark Harvest stack. Seriously? So slow. I need boots to dodge the brand.
Boom. Headshot. Back off.
People are counting on you.
Boom.
An ally has been slain.
Nice try.
An enemy has been slain.
Back off.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a good lane position for us, but we got it back.
I still hear the song of the sea.
Really want boots, but I don't want to wait on it for that long.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
My quest beckons.
Yeah, I mean, adaptation is key, but like definitely some roles are just going to be stronger in certain types of meta, and it does not feel like it's a particularly strong meta for supports right now. But you know that, given that,
Quit walking around.
you know, there are always going to be ways to win. Sometimes you just lose too, you know.
Feet are strange.
Holy shit, do we really not have vision of it? Oh my god. He flashed that. There's no way he gets out of that without a flash, right? He back all the way up? I'm sure he probably did. Yeah, he was so close to dying right there. If I had my cooldowns.
My people are counting on you.
Yeah, I don't have the new Nami skin. I guess I guess that's fine. Feels bad. But I really need the boots right now. I guess I could have gotten Chalice. But boots are pretty nice. I know, I didn't have a ward. I really wanted to ward that bush, but I couldn't. Wards are definitely coming in a lot later off Spell Thieves, even after all this aggression.
I still hear the song of the sea.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, Joker's great. I mean, the only people that are gonna say this is bad are like, I think super far left people that'll find some kind of excuse to like, say that it's like trying to normalize violence or something. Like that's the only thing. Like people, you have to really be reaching to say that that's a bad movie. Like there's no way anyone's gonna say that anything about like the movie in and of itself is bad. Like it's great. It's awesome acting. It's like really well written, really well shot. Like everything about it internally is bad. Like the only thing you could say about it, like once again, is if like on some kind of moral or philosophical grounds you disagree with it. Which once again, I'm not seeing it. I was looking for like some kind of big scene that was going to be like, okay, that mirrors like, you know, some kind of mass shooting catastrophe type of thing. I wasn't seeing it. Just like, yeah, there's some violence, but it's like really contextualized, and a lot of it was very intimate violence. It was like very revenge-oriented violence for the most part. It wasn't just like someone going around indiscriminately shooting people and then like making it look really cool or something. And they were like, the way they showed it wasn't valorizing it. It wasn't meant to be cool. Or like, none of the deaths seemed like super satisfying. You know, like, yeah, kill that guy, you know, that type of thing. It was all a lot of gray area there where you're not really sure how you're supposed to feel about some things, which is good. I mean, that's what a good film should do. You're like, yeah, that guy was kind of a jerk, or yeah, that she was kind of whatever to him, but man, that was brutal, you know? Yeah, I definitely don't think that it's trying to valorize violence. I just think, you know, if anything, if you had to really narrow it down, it's just kind of a sad, like, very desperate man who has mental health problems, and it's very obvious the whole time. Oh, shit. That trap, dude! Ah! The perspective of that tower on bot side blocks the trap. You have to look like super close for it. That feels bad. Damn it, man. It's so disheartening too, because I feel like, yeah, we're completely slamming this game, man. Hell yeah. And then I look and it's like, oh, well, our solo lanes are getting obliterated. At least mid lane is. Like our ADC 7-1. And the game's 11-11. Nice, yeah. I think most people will enjoy it for the most part, unless you just like it's not even really that over the top. Like, it's violent at times, but it's like, once again, it's not like super gratuitous. You know, it's not like a Saw movie or something, you know? I don't really know. I think almost everybody would like that movie. Unless, like, you're just looking for something uplifting and it's a comedy or whatever. Like, it's definitely a drama. But... oh, yeah, I mean, it's a smart place to trap. And it's just frustrating. I mean, the... Aatrox has been here the whole time. Here's the Nico, too. Why not? The triple bubble? Can we seriously not do anything off a freaking triple bubble? This is so sad. Like, this is so sad. Triple bubble, like, I'm doing so much here, and everyone's just failing so hard.
My quest beckons.
Hey, thanks, Mutant. Sounds good.
You're strange.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Like, they've been camping so hard, and we're still dominating bottom, and it still doesn't matter. Like, Aatrox has been down here, or Kayn, rather, has been down here, like, no less than 4 times, at least. And the solo lanes are still losing. I mean, I guess, like, Lee's been down here a couple times, too, I guess, you know, to be fair. What do you mean a group chat games night?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I mean viewer night for people, like, people can play viewer games on Sundays if you're a paying member of the channel. We make sure that anyone that, you know, wants to play a game, we play a game there, but... Hey, what's up, Brandon? I'm not sure what that means. Hard carry into mediocrity. What do you mean there? I'm not really sure what that means. You mean that people can still lose even though you're playing support well? I haven't played TFT in a while. It was okay. It was an alright game. I just can't keep up with that and everything else that I'm doing at the same time. Dude, this cane is just all over me, 24/7.
An ally has been slain.
Oh yeah. I mean, that can happen in any role though. It's not just support. Like, there's so many times where I'll play another role. I mean, we had a game with where I played Cassiopeia mid. I got filled as Cassiopeia mid last week. I went 10-2 and I was up 100 CS and we still lost. So I mean, it's not just support. Like, that can happen in any role.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I mean, really, one of the only differences support is you don't get a lot of money, but if you're playing, like, you know, a mainstream support, like, you usually don't need a lot of money either. Usually it's pretty high impact without money, so...
Killing spree.
Wait, what? Why's she running so far? The Sivir, that was obviously a fake. God. That Nico clone just like zoned the Sivir off so much off of that fight because she didn't understand it was a clone. color do I like more? Blue. Not really a pink sort of guy. Not there's anything necessarily wrong with it, if a dude's into pink, but... There's a couple of types of guys that might be into pink, and I'm not one of them. Noted. I mean, my favorite color is probably green, though. I can't get to any of that. They did it without Caitlyn even being there. It sucks because Silver was 7-1 out of lane, but it's just 1-6 Mundo, 2-6 Akali, 5-8 Lee. Now I'm 0-5. Like, the Canes just took over this game in the mid game, and now they scale way better. Just don't have a lot of answers. Take it chill.
An enemy is legendary. Respawning soon. Enemy rampage.
Really? They get to walk out? No, we got Frank. Oh, might get me a chroma for a con. Can you donate chromas? I mean, I do like pink. Like, I guess I was thinking of the question as, you know, what would I personally like wear or something like that. I do think that pink can look good on some guys. I think guys that are a little more tan than I am, not as white as I am, pink can look really good on, potentially, or like, kind of like muscular, like, I think like muscular shaved head guys, like pink can look kind of good on, like if they're like, just oozing with like super macho testosterone, like I think those kind of guys can pull off the pink.
I will see my home again.
And then on some girls, you know, in some contexts, I like pink too. It really just depends. I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm not really sure, like, muscular shape. Did I say muscular shaped head guys? I don't know. I'm tired. This is gonna have to be my last game. I think I said muscular shaved head guys. Maybe I said shaped, but I was trying to say shaved. the athletic people that shave their head. Like, as in without hair. But by choice. Oh, I am tired, Eric. Tan athletes. Or gym rats.
Slain.
El Papacito. Yeah, I mean, I could. Yeah, obviously, like, in the gay community, that's another thing with, like, pink and pastels and stuff like that. But, I mean, I was thinking also, like, maybe fratters, but I don't even think it looks that good. Like, I think you just need to have a darker complexion and be muscular, I think, to pull off pink. Shave your faces. Ew. I'm probably gonna shave my face at some point. To be honest, I lost my beard trimmer on like a car trip, like in the summer, and I just haven't found it yet. To be fair, I haven't really looked that hard either, but. Oh, there's a dude called Pink Guy. Like, this guy can pull it off. This guy, I do not think this guy can pull it off. This guy's not pulling it off. That dude's definitely not pulling it off. Maybe. Ew, a girl. Yeah, they don't have a lot of people that are repping the look I was thinking of. Someone asked me if I liked pink or blue better. And I was saying that, like, I personally would not wear anything that's pink probably most of the time. I said that you needed to be more of an athletic build and have a darker complexion than I have. You don't necessarily have to be, like, an African American. You know, you could be, like, you know, South American or something like that. Or, like, Arabic or something. But, you know, I just think, like, just, you know, super white guys like me that are just, like, skinny. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's not my kind of style. Has to have a fish or a deer on it. Anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. Yeah, lost more games than I would like to. I'm just tired. Whatever. It's fine. We'll get back in it tomorrow. And I'll see if... I know I've been needing to do this like Nautilus and Pike video guides for a while, so I'll try to have those out tomorrow. And I'll see if I can think of some more like off-meta stuff I could analyze. But anyways, thank you all very much. Have a good day, and I'll see everybody next time.